Co-participant, co-presenter.
Okay.
You don't wear shirt now, and now I don't ready. But your color never balance though.
Make me laugh.
Don't be balance now.
Thank you.
I got see your shirt. I can't give it. Don't put me for trouble.
Warri, hello. How many minutes do we need to wait to start so that we can get started in earnest?
We'll give another 5 minutes now before people go join.
I have made our speakers, 2 of our speakers, you guys are co-hosts.
Okay.
No shaking. I think we just wait the next 2 minutes and start. 2 minutes, please.
5 minutes is better. How many people have joined us?
5 minutes to 10 minutes. There you have enough traction. I beg, make we get one ground. If we know the talk, make we mute our microphone so that nobody will say mute microphone. Today, people when they owe me money, I go see all their face. When I go pay me my money. People like Otite, you go pay me what they owe me. May they carry filter.
Would they owe each other?
No, a job with your people the thief.
Judge run no job.
I want to put on okay, you should be friend.
How is this, sir?
No, sir. No shaking. We full ground.
I give it bow.
Warri, hello, Presido.
How are you?
That's the cash group for Warri.
I did for Warri.
You the cash group, not be say you the hotel, you the cash group. My honorable financial secretary here, sir.
My brother, how that side?
Igor.
How Canada now?
Not bad.
Me, now Warri I do. I went to Canada.
Oh, okay. I didn't you did Canada before.
No, I read the Canada now.
Okay. That's true. I read it in Canada.
I do really. Catch me. I do really.
No, Jeff, they Canada. Where there?
Matthew, you know go hide
Don't see your video now.
I never bath at this.
Where they won't see your video.
What is my jaguda?
Where they will never see your video now.
See wahala.
You
Okay. You go see my video now.
Okay, now the point and even the mistake for Jeff before, so I better not verse.
Now we see you now.
Leave
Fine man would hide the face.
This one. Not gonna catch me.
I don't see how. Better.
You know, it's just 8:05 here.
8:05 now. We don't wake now.
I look like my God. People they sleep for Saturday. I go they wake. What did happen?
Oh my God.
Since I've been commanded by the president to show my face, we're gonna look and well because now 5% VAT when I go pay, then I'll close on.
Hello, sir.
Okay, I welcome
Hello, sir.
Hello, Kingsley, Honorable Kingsley.
Sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
One of our prospective, most likely our next local government chairman.
That would be nice though. I saw his flyer.
Migwo, sir. Migwo.
They agree to now.
Yes,
Migwo,
sir.
They hear you. I believe everybody they hear you. Mendo, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
The poet.
Sir.
Hailing, so.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. So, President, did you say 5 minutes before that's going to begin join?
No, they say 10. I remember I said 10.
Okay. Sorry, my voice, they cracked right now. They're a little bit under the weather.
Sorry, sir. Sorry,
Say
sir.
10. Say 10.
Okay.
Say 10. I have shared the
Frank Ibi, I agree to good afternoon. I agree to the name of Ekosa.
Yeah, I hear my name. How are you? Have you met my mic before?
Fine. You still remember me?
Yeah, I did the face.
We see for a Ekosa meeting for Warri last year now.
Okay, for...
Where you are, tell me what the guest more showdown.
What did I know? How this now?
Fine, thank you.
So you are joining
all
from
of us are 78 hours.
Yes. You are joining from Warri there?
No, from Lagos.
Mr. President, a lot of people who grew up in Warri are joining. They don't have to be members. And there's a Gabriel Banamasia that just joined. Now they run that big DHL this thing for any road data.
Yes.
Now be that. We get one very stubborn blackhead. He did somewhere from New York.
Jesus Christ. Stubborn blackhead.
If you pen and make it talk.
Take the room. Take that to the room.
Your man. Hey.
Who not get money to get out now?
Warri, hello.
You have heart.
No shaking.
Warri, hello. We have done exactly 10 minutes as requested. I welcome you all to Warri Boys Association webinar, a platform where we shall be discussing I think it appears the let me see if I can mute the YouTube. I need to mute the YouTube. It's recording me.
Yeah, but can you send the link on the group chat so that I can?
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Okay, thank you.
But I hope you are not listening. I mean, I'm not repeating myself.
No, you're not.
No, on this platform, there's no echo. You're fine.
Okay, good. Okay, let's just go on. It's on the platform. It's there. The YouTube link is there. It's there. So we welcome you all to the first in the series of webinars that we shall be having to engage our stakeholders on the Warri question. Today, we shall be talking on the theme, rebuilding Warri a thriving future. And today we shall be listening to two prominent Warri boys who are also our members. Jeff Obaho and Ariata Oribabo. On this call, we shall be listening to Ariata Oribabo, the poet, who shall take us for the next 45 minutes on the topic
Hello, sir.
on the topic strengthening the social, cultural, and traditional values of Warri through the arts and literature. It may also interest us to need to have some details of who our speaker is today. Ariata Oribabo is a poet, Rotarian, senior citizen, essayist, editor, social commentator, literary activist, and publisher at Something for Everybody Ventures, an arm of Ariata Center for Literary Education and Entrepreneurial Development, a former chairman Association of Nigerian Authors, ANA, Abuja chapter. He is president, curator, Poets in Nigeria Initiative, a foremost literary promotion platform for poets committed to rendering selfless creative services to society via the philosophy of poetry for service. Ariata started writing poetry in Nigerian Pidgin with several books to his credit, alongside others in regular English language. His first collection of poetry in Pidgin as Abuja Nakbangba and other poems, while that in English is Crossroads and the Rubicon. Between April 22, 2023 and May 20, 2023, he had an unprecedented 3-city book unveiling event that held in Lagos, Abuja, and Warri, respectively. He credits his several milestones in the literary sphere to selfless and dedicated poets within the family of poets in Nigeria and beyond. Permit me to welcome Ariata Oribabo to take the stage as he delivers his paper on the topic strengthening the social, cultural, and traditional values of Warri through the arts and literature.
Warri, hello.
No shaking.
No shaking.
With due respect to everyone here, especially my seniors, it's a great privilege and opportunity to be given this stage to speak about the socio-cultural and traditional values of Warri through arts and literature. In the first place, I want to apologize to anyone whom I may have invited personally to be part of this webinar, because I had told my invitees that it would be at 10 a.m. until I got the late information about the change of time. which I and the president had also discussed amicably. Strengthening the socio-cultural and traditional values of Warri. Immediately I was given this topic, my mind went back to what Warri was while I was growing up, and what it became after the famous Warri crisis, or infamous Warri crisis of 1999. Yeah. So what I've done in this very brief presentation is to give an introduction, as it were, to my presentation. So it goes thus as I said, if a poll is conducted on the residents of Warri about a major crisis that occurred in the town in 1999, a majority may likely target as the worst thing that ever happened to the town or people, leaving a trail of developments that negatively impacted our economic and social life. Still struggling to bounce back in all facets of life, as it were, this webinar series initiative of Warri Boys Social and Welfare Society, teamed Revitalizing Warri, Building a Thriving Future, is timely and roundly commendable. As captured, the topic of discussion is strengthening the social, cultural, and traditional values of Warri through arts and literature. As a poet and literary personality, I see this as giving credence to the place of social acceptability and collectivism for peace, harmony, progress, and development, with emphasis on the role of arts and literature in achieving both individual and communal well-being, and their sustainability at a time when it appears uphill, finding pleasing outcomes in a country that is still struggling to get it right politically. Notwithstanding the gamut of challenges facing us as a people, identifying ways and means of ameliorating or surmounting them means so much for our unity, progress, and collective existence. This presentation therefore seeks to highlight on the symbiotic relationship between the following key words: social, culture, traditional, and values, underpinned against building value-driven society of Warrivian arts and literature. Therefore, in approaching the subject under reference, popular coinages like Wafi, Wafarians, Bangolo Wafi, Ogoromos Jump, and others were used and duly explained. As it is, and in my opinion, the inspiration behind this webinar series is hinged on the following catchphrase: Warri no dey carry last, and the power of embracing an enchanting future that will be pleasing to both the organizers of this webinar and the residents of Warri. So if we look at Wafi and Wafarians, it means since this is about Warri and its residents, it is important explaining the following age-long alliances for which the town and residents are identified and addressed by, and without gainsaying, popularly on the lips of Nigerians. This Warri stands for, Wafi stands for Wafi. Wafi stands for Warri. Wafarians represent the residents of Warri who have lived long enough to imbibe our soul and spirit of non-discrimination on tribal or religious ground. Radiate warmth, hospitality, lively disposition, and unique speakers of pidgin. Of interesting note is Warri's sizable nature, which earned her a very old sobriquet, Bangolo Wafi, meaning small Warri. Its size notwithstanding, a mention of Warri anywhere in Nigeria and beyond readily brings to mind the following, which I have aptly classified as attractions. By this I mean, once you mention Warri, what are the things that will people want to just say, this town because of this. I know this town, or I know that town. I know this town. Warri and her attractions. A premium attraction for Warri is the place of the highly revered Olu of Warri and the town's historical credit of facilitating trading activities in oil, palm, and its products, alongside other economic crops, cocoa, rubber, and so on, with Portuguese and Dutch merchants dating back to the 15th century. Similarly, in view of trading with foreign merchants earlier in history, the people were among the first that had early contacts with the European world. This is evident in mixed race families in the town and exposure of the people in diverse ramifications. Secondly, the Olu of Warri's coronation anniversary celebration has become a huge source of attraction for Warri and tourism in Delta. As a port town, the Nigerian Ports Authority's Warri Port still functions till date. Arising from various oil prospecting, producing activities in oil-bearing communities around Warri, it became a center for the coordination of mentioned crude oil activities or related activities, which lend credence to the nickname Oil City. We all agree that in those days, once you just call Oil City, the whole world knows that it is Warri you are mentioning, at least in Nigeria. The people's unique predilection for speaking pidgin and the capacity of shunning out words, slangs, phrases are great attractions in their own right. Home to frontline Nigerian comedians who are making fortunes by using pidgin in delivering jokes in the country and overseas. Non-Wafarian comedians always find a way of promoting their comedy by deliberately mentioning Warri or associating with comedians from the town. Warri as a sports city. Before the creation of Delta State, Warri was renowned for providing more outlets to the defunct Bendel State's contingent to the national sports festivals. Now in Delta, the town is regaled for producing bulk of athletes in all fields of sport to Delta's team during the National Sports Festival. World of broadcasting. Warri is on record as one of the oldest towns to run a radio station from when it was part of the defunct Bendel State's Bendel Broadcasting Service, BBS, with roots in the old Midwestern region. Currently, it's home to one of the stations of Delta Broadcasting Station, DBS, proudly hosting the Rainbow Television and Melody FM respectively, not mentioning over 5 private radio stations. Warri boys. In view of positive peculiarities of the average resident of Warri, vaguely highlighted earlier above, the town remains an attraction to Nigerians, always craving to associate with Wafarians. Warri boys are great mixers who are bound to create comfort wherever they find themselves. A survival philosophy that's couched in a Warri slang that says Ogoro must jump. Nothing stops the frog from limping out of danger. This brings us to the background to Warri's socio-cultural and traditional values. Warri's socio-cultural and traditional values. The background. In view of Warri's strategic entrepot commercial status in history, it gained recognition as a metropolitan town with people from all over the country living harmoniously like Saplet town of the AT&P days. Further complemented by the coming of oil boom in the early 80s, Warri cosmopolitan status went up in comparison with independent environment communities of Efrun, Udu, Ogbejo, Jedo, Bokodo, Ugoton, Ubeji, Orerukpe, Eku, Ugeli, Agbaro, and so on. Thus, an attractive destination for job seekers in the oil and gas industry and more. With the reference scenario, non-residents of Warri had no issues with mentioning Warri as place of residence whenever they are outside the state, just as we experience in Lagos, where residents of borderline communities of Ekpe, Badagry, Korodu, Ota in Ogun State, respectively, will happily claim to be residents of Lagos. However, and more than the harmless reference of Warri, the mentioned communities of Efun, Udu, Ogbeijo, Jedo, Bokodo, Ugoto, Bejorepe, Eku, Ugeli, Agbaro are socio-culturally connected in diverse ways and bonded communication-wise via the speaking of pidgin. A non-Wafarian will find it hard telling the difference about who is Urobo, Isoko, Ijo, Esa, Benin, Kwale, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Muslim, and so on. This was the welcoming order of things until people of selfish interest started fanning embers of disunity that led to the infamous Warri crisis, whose key fallout were divisive coinages that seek to promote spheres of influence like Ishekiri Warri, Ijo Warri, and Urobo Warri in failed attempts at making a nonsense of the age-long socio-cultural and traditional value or ties that largely contributed to the concept of Wafarian, a coinage that is central in intents and purposes to the birth of Warri Boys Social and Welfare Association or Society, aka Warri Boys. In an interview published in the Vanguard newspaper of 6 November 2022, the current president of the Warri Boys Association, Matthew Ogaga Warrior, said the following, which borders on the aims and objectives of Warri Boys Association. 1. It's a platform for Warri Boys to engage towards rebuilding and improving on the image of Warri. Here we are talking about oneness, peace, and unity. 2, provide an opportunity to bond, socialize, while thinking of Warri's well-being. 3, build a formidable body that encourages the culture of standing for one another whenever the need arises. 4, plan developmental projects for Warri from time to time and influence both state and federal governmental attention to the town. As may have been hinted by the president in the reference interview, the aims and objectives of Warri Boys Association weren't bettered from the blues. Rather, they draw from the existing social-cultural and traditional values of Warri, which have helpfully served as balm, a natural balm to the town's collective humanity. So at this junction, let's consider or appreciate these values. 1, social understanding and acceptability. You will agree with me that traditionally populated by Ishekiris, Urobos, and Ijos, these tribes recognize their histories and cultural ties, accepting one another as brothers, which eventually rubs off on Warri's cosmopolitan aura of liveliness. 2, warmth and openness. The people and residents of Warri are warm and open to visitors, which makes it possible for anyone, irrespective of tribe or family, in peace and qualified to be Wafarian, deeply disposed to non-discriminatory living. Wafarians have high regard for one humanity and abhors discrimination of any sort. The ever-confident spirit. The underlying driver of every Wafarian's daily disposition is confidence and determination to excel in all fields of human endeavor. Herein lies the popular phrase, Warri no dey carry last. I also look at the act of blind trust. Until proven otherwise, the average Wafarian trusts whomever he or she is dealing with, and sometimes taken for granted. Dynamically wired. Wafarians are dynamically wired and holds a strong belief that every challenge is surmountable. Respect for intellect or academically driven. Generally, Wafarians place high premium on education. In this regard, parents will advise, no matter what you like to become for life, first go school. This value for education is recently being promoted by a renowned Nigerian comedian called Des Tucker, who says education no be scam. which counters some lazy ones who were promoting the rivers. Family name. The place of family is highly revered by Wafarians. In this regard, the Warri boy sees himself as a representative of his family, whose name must be protected anywhere. The value placed on family name, family compound, and everything about one's family means a lot. Against this background, you hardly find a Warri boy indulging in crime-related activities anywhere. Similarly, wherever Wafarians meet, they welcome each other as members of one family. Respect for seniority. Respect for seniority or elders or authority, as it were, the value placed on family name or compound draws from respect for elders, our belief system and heritage, spanning generations. Greetings. How do we greet here? How do we take greeting? A form of respect to elders in Warri is the traditional greeting rendered to seniors in different tongues, but the most popular, which has somehow become a norm of sort, is the Orobo greeting, which is Migwo, and a show of respect in addressing an elderly one, and the popular Oga, Ose, likened to a traditional Yoruba word, Egbon, also popularly used in Lagos and western state of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Ose stands for father. Also, you will likely hear people who are not Asans greet in Asan, consider somebody who is considered to be senior in Asan, Onwine. Everywhere in Warri today, you hear people just greet Asan, Onwine. Maybe because there are a lot of Asan speaking people in Warri. Another testament of oneness and the sense of collective living in Warri. Additionally, a form of respect to anyone considered as senior or a male senior, one may hear the word bros, but for a female, you hear mama. Maybe for a young lady, you hear sis. This is also dependent on the relationship between the one being greeted and the one offering a greeting. Therefore, as a way of breaking down or explaining this further, Migwo in Yoruba means I am on my knees, greeting. Egbon, for example, in Yoruba, my senior, show of respect to a senior one. Bros in Pidgin, show of respect to a senior one. Onwine in Esan, my senior, show of respect. Mama from mom is also show of respect. When you hear sis, it's from sister in English, my sister. The above references have been made and relatively stressed to emphasize the place of respect for seniority, elderly ones, and by extension, authority by Wafarians. Hard work is a value that Wafarians take very seriously. And on that note, they recognize the difference between us and mine. Not known to be lazy, Wafarians believe in the culture of hard work and jealously hold that our own and my own are not the same. Proud origin. Wafarians are proud respecters of their origin, and in this case, Warri, where they have lived for so long, even though some may have their traditional homes outside of Warri or the entire state. A good example is my humble self, who was born, bred, and raised in Warri town. It's against this background that they carry themselves with esteem, respect, anywhere they go without disrespecting others. However, this is sometimes misjudged by others as pride. Truth and straightforwardness. The values of being down to earth and straightforward in whatever dealing we are into are dear to our parents. I repeatedly heard people say, the thing I like about Warri people be say, them they very straightforward, and they like to talk their mind as it be. Cleanliness or neatness. The culture of environmental sanitation and cleanliness were part and parcel of Warri sorry, especially in the days of sanitary inspectors. Warri community identity, going by the listed values, there is something called the Warri community identity, displayed by Wafarians with proud affinity with the town. This could be apprised from phrases like I be Warri, I be Warri boy, I be Wafarians. Anywhere you see a Warri person speaks and say any of this, you know that he believes that in the ethos of this particular city. So let's look at Warri's social landscape as it is. Rounding up this aspect on Warri's social, cultural, and traditional values, I will be casting a reflective look at Warri's social landscape via popular cultural traditional festivals and the overall social life or nightclubs that we used to know of Warri. Cultural traditional festivals. Awankere, popularly called Okere Juju, Iju Agbara, popularly called Agbasa Juju, popular annual EP masquerade dance of the Shekiris along the Odion and the Abdas town area, Okere Robo, Ishan Juju, popular Igbabonerimi, Calabar Juju, Umau of the Igbos, and so on. The mentioned used to be annual traditional festivals or dances that people look forward to in Warri, irrespective of tribe. Meanwhile, as a Warri boy, I value the honor of being a Pasha carrying boy during the Okere Juju festival of Shekiris in Warri. By that time, we didn't even know whether we were Shekiris or whether we were Robos. I was carrying Pasha for Okere Juju. Social nightclubs. In Warri used to have several social nightclubs that could speak of how bubbling Warri was at the time. Zina nightclub by Old K. Shelarams opposite Mujaga Oje Shembas Warri Saple Road. Lido nightclub on Cemetery Road. Midwest Inn Paradiso nightclub opposite to Robo College. Genesis nightclub. Gogo Room of the Palm Roof Hotel, Shogegubadu Road. Green Virgin nightclub, Ogedengbe Street. New Rex nightclub you have again at Odion Road or Mallory compound. Virginia nightclub, you can find that around Lower Erejua opposite Sam's Warri Street. Night Nurse nightclub, Old Leventis building, SLMO building. Lots nightclub opposite Old Sport Water Resources. Pemi nightclub and the popular Kokori bar by Old Kingsway and several others. Apart from social, cultural, and traditional festivals and nightclubs that lit up the social landscape and skies of Warri of old, there were standard cinemas like Delta Cinema. That you will find that at the old Warri Local Government Council Secretariat, Warri Saple Road, and the Leila Cinema opposite God's Kingdom Society, Warri Saple Road. At this time, we had the cosmopolitan status of Warri had Arabs and people from the, let me just say, the people from the Arab wars and all over the country. Having presented the social, cultural, and traditional values of Warri that I could vouch for, the all-important question will be, what is the state of things in today's Warri? Today's Warri has become more cosmopolitan than what we were used to. More than ever before, residents are challenged by the reality of the fact that old social lifestyles are giving way to new ones with accompanying novel cultures that openly challenge our social, cultural, and traditional norms that were held by the traditional tribes of Warri and residents in general. A few examples will make some sense here. The Deve culture, although not peculiar to Warri, the Deve culture, not peculiar to Warri and environs, it wasn't prominently part of the culture. Simply put, DEVE is a development levy illicitly charged by community youths as condition for people wishing to purchase and develop land or property to have their way. It will interest you to know that even if you buy a property in Warri and environ these days, you might be asked to come and pay development levy when you are looking for money to renovate a house that you want to move into. Open disrespect for elders and constituted authorities by youth is sometimes displayed with impunity, likened to exacting a pound of economic right from Warri and his residents. A good example is the taking of Indian hemp and other hard drugs before the eyes of elderly ones. It wasn't the case. With a glaring mad pursuit for money and disregard for process and culture of hard work, what we find associated with the majority of youth is the unfortunate act of indulging in the popular Yahoo business. Funny enough, some parents even sponsor their children to learn the act of engaging in the Yahoo business. Again, not peculiar to Warri. Considering the unfortunate Warri crisis of 1999, the town experienced the sad closure of major oil-related companies and consequent relocation to other towns or cities like Port Harcourt, resulting in economic flight and job losses. The untold negative effect of this on the people and the town are innumerable. In the presence of poverty and uneasy calm in the midst of supposed wealth, residents of Warri are doing their best to win back the town's glorious past. This webinar series is one of the several efforts. Almost all the mentioned social nightclubs and cinemas have become history in the face of new ones that largely promote or support a fast approach to money making, like money spraying rounds and more. Again, it's not peculiar to Warri. Despite a law against activities of gays, lesbians, and their likes, Warri is experiencing a growing number in this regard. Thus, introducing a counterculture that completely threatens our cultures and traditional values. Recently, news of the arrest of persons suspected to be in the mentioned group at a party in Warri made the rounds and went viral. Of course, this didn't speak well for the town. With the coming of Delta Mall that houses a cinema, the cinema culture is gradually coming back somehow. And shockingly, one could find girls hanging around the mall, prostituting themselves as for cleanse as early as 6 p.m. Sporting culture. The sporting culture isn't what we used to know, like in the days of McDermott, Jaramax Football Club, and the NNPC Oil Boys of recent history. Areas that make up the old Warri town seem to be infrastructurally neglected without rescue in sight. So government will come and go. They forget the Warri that is the Warri. Poverty smells. A building that one knew while growing up may still be what it was, and sometimes worse off. Based on the preceding, the obvious challenge of strengthening the socio-cultural and traditional values of Warri is valid in this regard. And as aptly stated, we shall be addressing observed challenges via the arts and literature. Without being academic and to safely bring the subject matter home to the appreciation of people across boards, the following are my suggestions, specific to the arts and literature. 1. Annual collaborative conferences or colloquium. Just as Wafarians see themselves as a family, the chairmen of local government areas of Warri, Ugbejo and Environ local government of Uwio, Uto, Uju, Ugeli, and so on, should routinely hold joint programs like conferences that will help build on the overall image of the mentioned communities while strengthening their social, cultural, and traditional values. Ultimately, it will send message of peace and harmony to the traditional rulers in these local government areas, as well as their people and residents. enlightenment seminars and workshops on sociocultural and traditional studies. Similarly, as custodians of customs and traditions, traditional rulers should have it as part of their annual programs to organize enlightenment workshops or seminars on sociocultural and traditional studies that seek to promote people's identity. Application of language of the immediate community. The local authorities and traditional rulers should be interested in promoting the speaking of traditional languages as prescribed in our nation's language policy. In this regard, schools under their domain should be compelled to respect the policy. Religious literature, sermons, and more. This is very, very key. A step towards guarding the language of the people is ensuring that religious houses, especially churches, sing more of their songs in the languages of the immediate environment. Deliberately or otherwise, we are experiencing how sermons and songs of praise in churches are largely rendered in dominant languages like the Yoruba from Western Nigeria, where most big wave churches have their general overseers, GOs as they are called. These days, rather than hear children in this past call God in their traditional language like Orishe, Ogene, or Tamara, it is becoming fashionable to do so in Yoruba. Same for songs. If God is English, it has name in different tongues. Therefore, in this respect, traditional rulers and opinion leaders should be concerned about pastors that are being posted to their worship, to different worship houses in their communities. Ultimately, and as it is, religious worship houses fall under theater and performing arts, because you hear them sing, they dance, and they sing, they play a lot of music. It falls under performing arts. So if we're talking about arts and culture, our traditional rulers, our opinion leaders should be interested in what songs that are sung in these churches. The place of language is key in strengthening our sociocultural and traditional values. Language. Number 5, identification of Warfarians in arts and literary studies. Warfarians with proven record in the arts and literary world should be identified and routinely celebrated and further encouraged to come up with different interventionist arts and literary programs to support our communities. Examples in this regard are literary and art festivals. No need going further to save us our time. Number 6, inter-schools literary and arts activities and the promotion of arts education in all ramifications. This should be actively promoted by local authorities to include debating, storytelling, poetry writing, spoken word poetry performances, and the like. Number 7, inter-school sporting competitions. This will serve as grooming ground for sporting athletes and social bonding. Notwithstanding the proliferation of private schools in our country or in our state, or Warri to be, there should be a way of the government and the private collaborating actively to ensure bonding between the schools. Carnival of festivals. If traditional festivals were being held by different tribes in old Warri, as we know, it is possible to bring back that glorious past via the encouragement of local authorities. Via the encouragement of local authorities, because they have to speak for peace and harmony. In this regard, other tribes with relative population like the Asans, anglicized as Ishan, Calabar, Igbos, and so on, should celebrate as it used to be. After all, celebrations happen where there is peace. The goal is bonding, as we used to know. Number 9, Warri's performing arts industry. Warri's performing arts industry. It's an open secret that some of the big names in today's Nollywood are from Warri, and some were originally members of Warri Boys Association. Top on the list is Richard Mofe Damijo. Alex Enyego is still a member. Tony Akposhiri is a member, and so on. Not mentioning a lot of comedians like Ali Baba, AY, I Go Die, and so on. The message one intends passing is not about how harmonizing the power in what Warri is blessed with, and how to work towards deploying same for enhancing Warri's social, cultural, and traditional values. Thus, come back home programs should be held for our artists, has been done by a prominent Warri boy, Amaju Pinnick, the sole organizer of Warri Again comedy event. Others should toe this line. Additionally, the mentioned Alex stage and center stage Warri as a place of gifted stars. Number 10, Warri's film industry. Under the aegis of R. Martel Ventures International, Alex Enyegon that I mentioned earlier has been doing lots in positioning Warri as a destination for film production and viewing. The first Warri International Film Festival will be held in December 24 in Warri. And we hope that Wafarians, wherever we are all over the world, will look forward to that all-important the last 5 films of Alex Enyegon were deliberately produced in Warri and environs, blessed with beautiful riverine and mangrove scenery. The message here is that whilst encouraging interventionist initiatives of this nature, Wafarians in all fields of human endeavor should be encouraged to return back to support Warri. 11. I have captured this as a wrap-up on education because I discovered that I need to mention something about education again. Having observed that a lot of our youth are yielding to fast money making habits, like the infamous Yahoo, it is important to go back to Warri for the following. A Warri boy that is a Warri boy of old will understand that there used to be an architectural survey and technical school, ASB, in Ajaminoga, Warri. At Amakolomi Technical School, NRN Warri, they were dealing on mechanical vehicle repairs and so on. We used to have the GES, General Electric Service, behind NMB and the PB Jeba, Warri Saple Road axis. Midwest College, owned by Chief Ovegara, now somewhere around the Glow office opposite the Dewa Shopping Complex. United College of Commerce, now College of Commerce. These were purely set up to give our people vocational skill acquisition, as it were these days. But once they were all abandoned, a lot of people were going for education that do not really prepare them for skill future. Wrap up on socials. Hosting of beauty pageantry like Miss NPA and several others will also help to bring back the old values of Warri, which ultimately will help in bonding. Number 13, recognition of prominent family names in Warri, a way of connecting with Warri of the past for the benefit of today and tomorrow is identifying and celebrating prominent family names in Warri, irrespective of tribes, by the Olu of Warri. There are so many names. I deliberately didn't want to mention names here but while growing up, we know for sure there were names, family names in this town that once you call them, we know that they are from Warri, irrespective of tribe. The Olu of Warri in helping to bring back everybody together, may have to look at this. The Warri that we know. An interesting aspect about Warri that a majority residing in the town and beyond doesn't know is that over 80% of the bigger Warri are in the riverine areas that should be fully connected to the mainland in all. When we are in Lagos, the year of island, the year of mainland, we also have our island and our mainlands here. But unfortunately, most of us that are in Lagos, who have made it big in Lagos, we celebrate being in the island. But we have beautiful, serene islands here. How do we put it now? Virgin islands that people are not aware of. So how do we bring back our people? With all the money we have, please try coming back to Warri to help build Warri. The overwhelming place of the Olu of Warri requires that he reaches out more to all traditional rulers, kings, and so on in environment communities to build better relationships for enhanced social bonding. Similarly, other chiefs and rulers will in visiting Olu, as it were. The Warri that we have at the moment, we already know our spaces and everybody understands how the town is. The name itself or the title you bear doesn't really have to bother us anymore. So I want to conclude by saying that in strengthening the social, cultural, and traditional values of Warri via arts and literature is both broad and exciting. It is likened to an X-ray of the entire social, cultural fabric of any society. This attempt is one of several towards showcasing societal shared values and sustenance to the benefit of all of us. It is like safety that is everyone's responsibility, but everyone's responsibility will be non's responsibility if those vested with the authority of moderating societal management are not routinely reminded of their responsibility. It is worse off if they are found wanting, like colluding with abusers of rules or championing same. In enlightening a people, exposing them to their history and heritage is very key. This presentation may seem lengthy because it took us back to Warri of the past, highlighted a bit of the present, and made suggestions on the way forward. It is hoped that the approach succeeded in bringing the message of strengthening Warri's social, cultural, and traditional values via arts and literature. I especially thank the president and ESCO of Warri Boys Association for the opportunity of speaking on the topic under reference. This is the most important task I will be challenged with in the course of the betterment of Warri, my birthplace. Like the George Bush would say, that he will ever remain grateful to his father, the senior George Bush, for having him born in New York. Me, personally, and I know I'll be speaking same for my members of my siblings, we are always very proud and happy that our parents came to settle in Warri and have us born here. Having been born and raised in Warri, for me, is a gift that I hold dearly. And I will support the association and several other initiatives in ensuring that Warri comes back to what it was and better off. And the islands of Warri will be opened up for businesses and social engagements. We want to see high-rise buildings in the islands of Warri. Let's start talking about being in the island of the mainland of Warri. It is not exclusive to people in Lagos. My first visit to Dubai several years ago brought tears to my eyes because I didn't see any big deal in the Dubai that we hear of. We have everything here that we can make the Dubai of our own. I thank the association, Warri Boy Association, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I wish everyone well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Henrietta Oribabo, the poet. I can't thank you enough. The association can't thank you enough for spending so much time to have put together this paper that we just got to hear from you. Hopefully, I want to request our participants to share their emails and their contacts so that we can get the copy of the presentation from the speaker and send to them. The idea of asking for your contact is that subsequently we will be having subsequent event. We could also reach out to you via your contact you have shared with us. I would want to, okay, Francis' hand is up. I would want to just plead that we take the second paper so that we can take the questions at the same time. Francis, I saw your hand. Please. You may have to just lower it so that we can take the second paper and take the two questions at the same time. Please keep your questions. Write it down so that we can have the second paper. When we are done with the second paper, then we can now take the questions together, please, so that we can work within the time we have scheduled for this webinar. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you again. We want to welcome the next speaker, Verde Jeff Obaho, to take the next paper titled The Warri We Want.
Oh, wow.
Verde Jeff Obaho.
I am here. Are you calling me to speak or you're introducing me?
No, I'm just taking your citation.
Okay, go ahead. I think
so somebody is talking in the background. Let me mute the person.
Can you mute your...
mute the person. I need to mute the person.
Okay, please, can you mute? Oh, Jesus.
Okay, no, I'll mute him. I've done that. I've done that. Yeah. Whether Jeff Obaho is a professional member of the American Society of Safety Professionals, established March 25, 1911, the Nigerian chapter. He has served as delegate and president-elect and the then president in 2013-2014. In August 2015, he was nominated as one of the 2 persons worldwide for election as Global Regional Vice President, ASSP, which he declined due to workload and busy schedule. He pioneered ASSP Nigeria Chapter Professional Development Conference in 2014 as the president. And this annual event as well stronger. He's a mentor, a strategist, a leader, an excellent teamwork person, an effective and efficient communicator, and also an organizer. Until he arrived in Canada with his family, Jeff was president of G-Ray Metering Company, a company involved in calibration, telemetry, among others. He was Managing Director, CEO of Kingsbury Trading Limited, involved in petroleum and allied products marketing. As an expatriate posted out of Nigeria, he was head of Oando Sierra Leone as well as West Africa Oil Refinery Company. In 2004, he initiated the incorporation of Oando Liberia, where he was appointed by the holding company's board as president until 2008. He has served in various executive and top management capacities, employing his wealth of experience in various fields. He is Ontario licensed insurance broker and a financial advisor. With over 30 years in management, he holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Benin and an MBA from the University of Sierra Leone, with extensive experience in safety, product management, business consulting, and management advisory, business development, products, and services marketing. His management experience spans from the advertising industry through the movie production industry, one of the 6 founders of Nollywood Directors Guild of Nigeria, DGN. He's also an expert in waste management, insurance, marketing, land, aerial and hydrographic surveys, underwater engineering to the oil and gas industry. He sits on the board of several companies and communities bodies. He's a Growth Wheel certified professional business advisor, a member of Burlington Inclusivity Advisory Committee, as well as Halton Region Accessibility Advisory Committee, all in Ontario, Canada. Mr. Obaho brings to his work and business to bear in sharing ideas and his expertise as a Wafarian to this discourse. He's a fellow of the Chartered National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, a member of the Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria, associate member of the Certified Institute of Shipping, and a member of Nigeria Institute of Management, among other professional bodies. Join me in welcoming Vede Jeff Obao to take us on the topic, the Warri we want. You have the floor.
Warrior, hello.
No shaking.
Same here.
This introduction, blessed na poem on your own, I tell you. No blessing I mean to talk about. Pardon me. Before we start, I want the house to vote. If we use English, I mean, we use our own language.
Whatever works.
Okay, no wahala.
Worry not the carry last.
At all. If you listen to what the poet gave us right now, you hear clearly that I will be doing a lot of overlapping, repetition, reiteration, because it's like certain landmark event venues and structures. There's a commonality in memories of old Warri that goes to show the authenticity of the Warri we all knew in the past. So in my presentation, we'll be going through that. Just permit me to share my screen, please.
You are a co-host, you can share your screen.
Yeah, just... Can we all see the screen, please?
Very clear.
Yes, I can.
Yes, clear.
Thank you very much. Me, I go speak Pidgin. When I will get to I won't get for English, but now Pidgin I go speak.
It works.
So as it is, Warrior, hello. See,
No
they're born
shaking.
for Warri. They bomb me for Brandon. They bomb me for Warri. And I stay within the Obaho, a series street axis, Okpeki, them, Ogboru, you know, that in the very early 60s. And boy, now fun. You know, but it was filled with a regimented approach. Because, but this does not take away our stubbornness in any which way. But this our stubbornness, not include illegality and stealing. Warri boy know the thief. Because as I always say, my family name be like embassy. We be say you not mess with them at all. In any shape or form. And you not give excuse say I know they go school. Me, when I carry my black slate with white chalks for inside that my granite infested pocket, I don't go be that. Most times I dey wish say that those old days will come back. And I wish say today Warri people go experience the days where we live that time. You know? Because I remember saying my mom get this my mom they sell pig that time, plenty. But I always remember say before he butcher any pig, health inspector must come to see say the animal they healthy for public consumption. They wear white shirt that time. As for price control, we get on well. Pig meat getting level, they pass that level. Price control they reign that time. And even though Yemburu, who they call 9 soil men for English, they get respect. And the sanitation inspectors, now weekly, we not want them, but they come. And if you see your neighbor saying place not clean, you fit report them to local government, and they go come. This now the opening when I see for Warri. Now make we talk about Warri as we see for this slide. Warri na landmass where they around Niger Delta area of Delta State for Nigeria. But from the prism of in those days, Warri na boisterous city, when you get attitude, the attitude they reek of arrogance. And with a can-do spirit, when they cushion inside peace and communality. And commonality too. But if I look back into the old city, I call it the oil city of old, to show you how much I love Warri and how it stays inside my blood. In my publication, I write one poem about Warri, which I call Ode to Warri. This I go read for English. It is titled Warri. The dynamic giant of crudity, so ruthless and overfed, without manners. A giant gold mine on swamp, beautiful and talented, with nothing achieved, just rustic, inherited enmities. Its glamour so sporadic, on costly settings laden with fish ponds of itineraries, linen villas, and excavated drainages. Abracadabra, a palace slip, and Warri became water when the vaults bowled. Warri, every lost dead town's cradle. The war race goes on, just like the water does. That's a poem I wrote as an ode to Warri. These are my old grandpa's demo. Now they hold us. You say that time grandpapa, they owe you pass your papa and your mama. This na Jabin Obaho. This na my mama side, Chief Ogru Oko. This is the poem I just read now, this is the publication itself. But make we go down to wetin Warri be. Wetin be Warri? Warri na city with many siblings. Get many brothers and sisters like Omia, Alaja, Efru, Ejeba, Ekpa, Otokutu, Opete, Enere, and others like that. Where would they feel look like this through cultural and socioeconomic to the political? But for the sake of this discussion, I will put and say, make we just narrow them to our way of life and our desire as the Wafi of those days, today, and tomorrow. And the question you go ask me, say, who be Wafirian? Just like what the poet talk. That's why I say we go overlap, we go reiterate, we go support, we go emphasize. Because Warri, the memory of Warri, not the same thing for all of us, because Warri, they very authentic. Quite not quite. Warri is unshakable. So, who be Wafirian? For me, I always say that no set standard, no formal process. But we can only say you are a Wafirian if they born you for Warri, you know me say you be Wafirian. Because if he born you for Warri, then carry you come out, go America. You not be Wafirian from my eye. But if they born you for Warri and you grow up for Warri, or your papa migrate come either ATP or Godshock, John Holt, so now migrate, enter Warri, and you can't grow up for Warri with us, then you be Wafirian. And this to be Wafirian, you not get respect for tribe or religion. We have only one language we get, and that language na pidgin, or we call them broken English. That na the person who they call Wafirian. So now so me, my definition bill, because if you born Peking today, they say they born up for Warri. Meanwhile, not grow up for Warri. Which memory get to give us? Nothing. So you see the two class where we get there, the one with the papa migrate come, because Warri na melting pot of culture. We know they know who be Yoruba, who be Hausa, who be Igbo. Anyone you celebrate, we join. We'll come chop Sarah for your house, put the big tray for ground there, with overhead bridge of rice, with some little meat around them. So let's make we talk about the Warri where we know as yesterday. When they grow up for Warri, the atmosphere is very peaceful. And the sense of community where family values and respect for dignity of labor, they can't be. And as youth, as they grow up, stealing or armed robbery, we know they hear them. The first time I hear of armed robbery now, you see, we don't know say people they rob. You know me say we not get where they shoot for people window to take some things, so some of them they pour out for their face. So when they open your curtain, they go take and pass that burglary proof, pick one thing. When we pick pencil for school, we can say, I roll your pencil. We call them rolling. But those were, I call them childish pranks. We don't know about robberies because we know they accept, say you be thief. For Warri, they tell say your papa na thief. I give you 1 week when I go move from that street. Because shame, they are alive and well that time. But growing up now into an adult, I remember the afternoon jump for Lido with the cinemas where they compete with each other from Delta Cinema, New Rex, Laila, and Sonia. Not to say they be just here to go watch cinema. Now where we they hook up according to people here, today's world, where we they meet. Those who are not fit to watch cinema, they go stand for outside, they wait for those who don't pay, enter. When they finish, come outside, they'll say, tell us the story. Then you go hear of Wangyu, Bruce Lee, and if you not tell the story where we go beat you, because now we pay for you to enter to watch the cinema. The Warri when I know of yesterday, now Warri when you know they care where you come from. Our neighbors for about, you don't know whether they be Yoruba or Hausa, because you not gonna know your friend last name. Now only guy name you didn't know. And the guy name is tribalist. Now when they grow up now politicians don't divide us. They put a section, they put papa name, they put, oh, you are Nibo, you are Yoruba. I never knew. If you get big head, we say the big head. There's a way you pronounce something. I remember a guy used to Omokinyovo. Then Omowari. When he wanted to call Agbero, he said Akbelo. That one can't be in guy name. Akbelo. For a back office college that time. Now that's not the Warri we know as at yesterday. Now, if we look at Warri today, you know, but you see, the problem with Warri today is to show say you know they grow. If you enter Warri today, you're not going to need anybody to guide you to go show you your old house. Because things never change the way they're supposed to change structurally. If you look for a particular joint, you still find out where you live on. In the state where you live on, or even in a worse state where you live on. That's not Warri of today. Warri of today now opposite of in old self. Let me please indulge me to use the word English here. It's like tossing a coin and watching it flip and turn in the air with no sense of direction. Warri has become a land of vices, amplified microcosm of the decadence in Nigeria. Today, being a criminal, a fraud, either in government, public, or private sectors, is a badge of honor. Everyone, irrespective of status, now lives in fear due to insecurity and distrust. If you see the commercial side of Warri today, will be the industrial and commercial side, will be the live wire. All of them don't go. And they don't go because of the exodus of the once thriving international and local companies. And this one not because of only Warri and our attitude. Though. Government harsh policies, irresponsive local and state attitude, all now dipped inside tribal politics and unrest. Because we are not get peace, I'm not fit to carry my company go there now. Before, when you go apply, they need to ask you which tribe you be. Now, if I go apply for company there, they go first say they go get endorsement from one local chief, one this, that. It don't they divide us further and further. No. If you look the entertainment side, forget them, that one don't die. The new ones where they come now are just to either they sell vices, not be virtue again, are vices. You know? The nightlife, support for the arts. Or then Tony Gray. How many live musicians we get today for Warri? How many live musicians? How many clubs if you go for afternoon, say, okay, you know what, this Friday, I don't want to stay out late. I want to go for afternoon job. You not get again. And those small things, they make life better for us. Now let's look at what we want to be tomorrow. What do we want to be tomorrow?
I think my stand.
Ben, if I bite you, Tomorrow, please permit me to read here. Tomorrow, as it's postulated, a problem identified is half solved. What can we do to not only restore Warri to its old glory and improve on it? This is not an easy feat to be embarked upon by one entity, but a collaborative effort. This is the crux of the matter, because we've seen yesterday, it was beautiful. Olden days, we miss them. Today, we'll not fit deal with them anyhow. Because today, there are two circles we have where we say we fit deal with, where we fit see for our front. We have the circle of influence, and we have the circle of concern. The circle of influence, we can influence the outcome. The circle of concern, we can only lobby for those who can influence its outcome. So that's now where collaboration comes into play. So we can start by deliberately and strategically flagging to positioning Warri Boys Association through advocacy, grassroots engagement with the citizenry, and organizing a biannual peace event. Now, when I use the word biannual peace event, when you do it annually, it is very, very stressful on the system because life happens. Everybody is busy. Every other 2 years, yes. Now, this does not take away what has been in existence for the betterment of Warri. This is just, it's not one or the other. They can all run concurrently, well applied. So if there are things that are already being done, we can improve on it, because I believe that the biggest room in life is a room for improvement. No matter how good you are, you can be better. So we can do an analysis to see, hey, I call it a variance analysis. Where are we? Where do we want to be? I always use the standard element. I call it STP, situation, target, proposal. Situation is where we are today. Target is where we want to be. Proposal is how do we get there. So the word is STP, which can be applied to any situation, even in our personal lives. So organizing the biannual peace event. This is an exercise that should be carried on a concurrent basis while reaching out to government agencies, business and companies, those that operate within the Warri axis. Because see, if you don't sell, now the name when you give your dog, now they call your dog. If you don't sell benefit to somebody or an entity, they will not buy into your vision. So we need to be able to, even the woman when they sell akara, you get where you go sell Warri Boys Association to Ram, she go to donate akara every day where she dey sell. We carry the akara, we go sell the akara, we collect money, put for bank to help what we want to do to make a difference in Warri. There are many ways to do this anyway. We talk to NGOs, civil society organizations, and the international community, as well as all Warfarians in the diaspora. Like I send this link to a lot of Warri Boys when I know. A lot of them are not members of Warri Boys Association, but we can reach out to them, and if they are interested, they can follow the vision too. But we have a lot of Warfarians in the diaspora, starting from Ghana and Seme border. Doesn't have to be over the sea. Now, our areas of focus, these are the one I call out people who reach out to, but we need to know what we they focus on. They say clarity, action breeds clarity. If you don't take a step, you wouldn't know exactly what next to do. So for me, I say areas of focus, amongst others anyway, will be one, like what the poet said. You see, family values. The name of Baho for my head, na embassy. When I want to do party, I go say, it will affect my family name. Not good. That one can be like guardrail for me to be a better citizen, a better person, because my papa name, I'm not going to mess them up. And family values. If those families, if they grow up the way we grew up for Warri, boys not go do Yahoo now. They say because work not done, I make everybody become a shower. Now lie be that. That's not laziness. Work not, that's why I thief. You don't thief before, not be today. I won't drink beer because I'm a Christian. I lie, you won't drink beer. It's just that they use Christianity to cover up. If they close the door, you go drink their beer. But when you say you get family value, don't teach you how to live. Now the Bible talk and say, teach a child the way he should go. And when he grows, he will not depart from those ways. Is the family value. Then dignity in labor. How we go preach them is up to us, because we as Nigerians, we celebrate nonsense. Person go come to you with overstarched brocade. You don't thief money, you give an chintency title. What you try to tell them? Keep thieving. We'll keep to the give you title. You then encourage them by by doing what you are doing, but you go they complain. That's not because we not get respect for labor where we get in the past. Something happened one time for when I stay when we did for back for Lekki there. We they discuss about teacher to never pay salary. Then one stupid guy, no calling name, but now I think they're seeing it now. He said, "Me all of us here, make we not talk." I remember we were saying that in that day in Mohammed Ajaro's place, I think. He said, "Make we not talk here. I beg you, all of our children here, they oversee." That thing pain me, eh? That not government person. We don't chop money tire. He not care about teachers' well-being. It's make we not care about the teachers, all our children do oversee. And people there on strike. And what I said that day, and I repeated, and I've been doing it, I call it passive resistance. If I sit down somewhere and you come with your overstarched blockade, because a lot of them, they honorless right now. I know they stand up for you. I know they respect you. When we stop respecting illegal wealth, I don't think Nigerians are even wealthy. We are just rich. Because wealth is more robust. Wealth is not about numbers. It's not about how much you have in the bank. It's a totality of your personality. Some of them are financially buoyant, morally bereft, emotionally bankrupt, mentally inept. So make we redefine ourselves so that we can bring back what I call dignity and respect for labor. Who they dig your gutter, you know they thief your money. He get more respect than the senator where they thief our money. That now one thing will fit change for Warri too. And like the poet talk, like I talk on pursuit of education, security, communal peace, and intertribal collaboration. On the structural development front, with secured environment and enabling infrastructures, businesses and companies can be attracted to either resurface or be established. Lobbying government to be proactive in bringing Warri to its place of pride and value-adding activities for the government. Like the restoration of Warri Port. You see, if Warri Port, Warri Port, they function, but I can tell you clearly, I think it's functioning about 15% capacity. Not because you get wife or has to say the wife now wife. The wife has to act like a wife for you to know the wife now wife. The pot did there, but the pot no the pot nothing. It be like cosmetics. So restoration of Warri Port to its real capacity, Sapele Port, Cocoa Port, Brutu Port, and even the Delta Steel Company, while canvassing for better road, water, and rail network systems. You see, when these companies exist, that time, then Gufanti, they build a NMP refinery for there, this one they build, Warri they bubble. No woman go tell me, say, not get work, because you will carry your rice and this you go put near one company where they run, and you sell your rice. There was livelihood. Youths were employed. I remember joining Delta Steel Company in 1981 as a young man. And I remember my brother then, Caesar Egwatu, chief radio operator at that time, NMPC, where they encouraged me. So the thing is this. With engagement, we can support insecurity. They say the idle mind na devil workshop. When people not get anything to do, it's easy to say, na yahoo, yahoo, yahoo. Everybody's fighting for stomach infrastructure, but they don't take and go different level now. I better pass my neighbor mentality. I must buy that car, I must buy this. our sense now that of immediate gratification. We not fit defer. When we they grow up as children for Warri, when your person cool down, you go cool down. They say person when he stay on top of person when they on that tree as an old man, he see far more than picking when he climb top of the tree. Today's children who we get for Warri or the youths, they know they hear because everything about make I drive the best car. Why they not go do that thing? Because when they see politician, person where they trek today, give them 2 weeks, he don't go Abuja, come back, he say he get LPO, they drive G-Wagon. Which kind of example they give people? Then we, the elders, who don't grow up small now, we they respect thieves. We are part of the problem. We will not see that demo. We are part of the problem. It starts with us. If these elements are brought back, the cocoa pot and the rest, Warri go stand. Because these elements here, when I call it, railroad, network system, companies waking up, it's like the water Warri needs to really blossom. Because Warri is an active, Warri now city in motion. Unfortunately, when we grow up, it be like slow motion. Now fast forward, they need to even see before they look again. Wahala. Aside from that, the bickering royalties within the Warri axis, we need to be able to make them see the motive of Warri Boys Association and be able to reorient their mind to know say if Warri good and peaceful, Warri go be big benefit to their local governance sphere. Our social values preservation and projections are essential as well as human capital development, bordering on support for entrepreneurial and small business support. The Warri we want is a place like before. The Warri we want is a place like before where achievements that are legal or behaviors as well as one's labor is respected and celebrated. In conclusion, we all individually and collectively as Wafarians, I hope we don't say who be Wafarian, not good they born for Warri be Wafarian. If you born today carry come, I don't talk about before, you can know that one well. We as Wafarians, collectively and individually, need to be one of the catalysts to help change Warri for good and prosperity. Positive change starts with one step in the right direction by a committee of the willing. I want to be able to enter Warri today and seek directions to my family homes in peace and joy. When you enter Warri, you know they look for map because the thing they develop, not a good thing. And youths gainfully engaged. I rest my case. Thank you for listening to my croaky voice.
Thank you so much, Vede, Jeff Obaho, for this presentation. I would want to say a big thank you on behalf of members of Warri Boys Association. Time is well utilized. I would want to give the floor for participants to ask questions now. Once you want to ask a question, just go to the reaction section, raise your hand, I will mute you so that I can yield the floor to you. Okay, Ben, okay.
Warrior Halo.
No shaking.
Let me start by thanking the Warri Boys Association for putting these wonderful presentations together. The two presenters, speakers have done a lot of justice to the topic. My own is not a question. My own is a suggestion drawing from the recommendations that cuts across the two presentations that have been done by both Henrietta the poet and our wonderful Jeff Baho. I see a commonality in the root causes and the recommendations that they made. And because of that, I want to suggest something. I propose that Warri Boys Association, because if we don't go to the root cause of why Warri became what it is today, we're not going to move forward. So I want to propose for Warri Boys Association to champion something quite unique, i.e., get the 3 or 4 traditional rulers in this Warri local government area, champion a meeting moderated by Warri Boys Exco, where they will all come together and agree that they want Warri to progress, that they want Warri to go back to what it used to be. And I know that the current traditional rulers are very modern people, young minds, and very progressive in their thoughts and their deeds. If we get them to come together in a room and meet, I know that they get traditional rulers forum in Delta State, but I want to narrow down on these traditional rulers within this area of influence. I bet you that if all of them, the 4 of them come together to agree that they want to move Warri forward and reattract businesses and bring back the glory and reduce crime, if they all agree to work together, I believe that all the recommendations when these 2 presenters don't put together go work like magic, because each one of them go back to their respective areas of influence and tell their people to say, look, we must go back to where we were. Okere Juju the dance, Agbara guys must go there, or Ijo guys must attend. Agbara hold their Ijo. Traditional rulers from the other side will come be part of the event. If we see that unity of purpose, that cooperation among those 3 or 4 traditional rulers, I believe that all the issues we get over this last, since that 1990 or thereabout, go disappear within the next 2 or 3 years. Warri Ahelo.
No shaking.
Thank you.
Thank you for that suggestion. Any other person, participant here that have a question, so that raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Use the reaction button to indicate that you have a question so that you can be unmuted. Okay, Adam. Okay, no, Frank. Frank, please unmute yourself. Frank. Adam, after Frank, then I'll take Adam. Let me unmute both of them.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Warri Ahelo.
No shaking.
Thank you. I want to really appreciate the poet and Jeff Obao for me, I don't know this one. Which kind of question we want to ask again? I think it's just for action, because they don't really elaborate everything clearly for us.
Exactly.
I think it's action. It's action. I'm sure the moderator, or I don't know the team, we're just like when something come out like this now, we use maybe some communique have to come out so that we take the action. They've really done a good presentation, give us clear history of Warri, what they used to be, at least as they talk, and so we had to reflect back. And I knew because I grew up in Odion, Sido Street, ERA, Odion area. We know how we really live in that time, Khalid Couture and all those stuff. So there's something that Jeff really mentioned, that we also have our own part to play in all these things then. And before we mentioned it too, in search of greener pastures, I think that's where all this thing started. Everybody migrate from Warri, and now Warri can become a relic. So, but I think with what they have said, it's time for action. I think those recommendations they stated, and which the last speaker also mentioned about the meeting the traditional rulers in the area. These are the things we Warri boys can champion. I think it's time for action, actually. That is just what I want to add to it. It's time for action and trusting God and with all our effort. Then quickly, I want to remark, we just have only 20 participants, if I'm correct. I don't know. In the kind of presentation like this, I was with what you have on a WhatsApp group, I was looking something like near 100, if at all, but we don't know. Maybe we should find out what happened. Because the interest is also important. Because if we don't have this buy-in, just like the two people can take their time or the organizers now, the very good series. You cannot put in a package like this and then you don't have better audience because the message will not spread very well. So thank God there is room for email address and contact so that we can eventually send this message out. So I will appreciate the speakers again. Very nice presentation, educating and very motivating and a call for action. I think that's the summary of my remark. For me, no question. I don't know question to ask. What do you want to ask me? What do you want to ask me? They don't explain everything. They don't explain everything.
Thank you so much, Frank. Thank you so much, Frank, for your contribution. I think I would unmute Adam Otite Benson now. You can make a contribution your questions. After Adam Otite, we'll be hearing from Caesar Egwatu.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Now they hear me now.
Yeah,
we hear you.
No shaking, no shaking.
I want to first of all thank the poet and Jeff for the good presentation. Sort of nostalgia, they remind us of so many things. When we done the things we they forget.
You have the floor.
My mind was just going around. Which time did the whole Agbasa Juju, which time did the whole Okere, all those things just they go through my mind. Is it possible for us to look at the time, whether they coincide or they're not they coincide? If they're not they coincide, like what Frank said, let's have a way, if it's possible, if they're the whole Okere festival, they're going to invite Agbasa people. Their king go show. Who here go show? The same thing for all the others. That will send a message of unity. Because as they talk, if it's the one spoil, as Jeff they talk now from the head. So if all the kings, the leaders are together, it will send a clear message to anybody that wants to be used. Any young man when they call say, come and fight for tribal issue, and the king not support him, now he go there on his own. So once the leaders are together, the kings are together, the chiefs are together. Because today now, all the chiefs that are together, to the best of my knowledge, we are friends. They are all friends. They grow up together. So I don't see why friends go to fight themselves. And again, we're not going to allow our politicians, a lot of them are our mates now, all those who are younger, who can be our children too. So we could not allow them to come to the divide and spoil everything. To me, I'm not going to say I'll be Wafi boy. I grew up in Sapele, but most of my classmates then for Z Grammar School and St. Malaki come from Warri. So my holiday now always Warri and MPA quarters. Now that they spend my holiday with Okoro Dudu and Paul. So like what we have said, let's put it in action. Let's come out with a communique that will be published and copied to these leaders. That at the end of the day, we are achieving something. So, as they say, the first thing we need to do now is to come out with a communique. This communique will go publish them, then send copy to our OVAs and Roges and all of them there, so that they're going to say this type of thing, they happen gradually. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me unmute Caesar Egwatu. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon. I don't know if you're hearing me.
You can hear you clearly.
I greet you now.
Good afternoon. Good day.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
the work when the ground not be small. Because is a capital letter. What is happening to Warri is all our problems. We caused them. Variously because once it don't happen to us, say we don't go school, we don't shift from Warri. We don't go Lagos. The rest of us when they worry, we don't want to push people who want to come for some kind of day, or want to come for either burial or marriage, gang. They will leave the people when they worry there as unprogressives. So this new Warri one at the form so. And also invariably there are a lot of other old Warri groups in Warri. And you know we get one kind of habit when we grow up. When you go visit your friend, you know how they look you now, a shark. You don't order before the gist go start. So now so we'll pay grow up. And whether you not get 80 kobo to buy skull beer, they say, if I go Caesar place, now 1 carton of skull, then I go to the table. And so would they live. But you see, not beside the steady Warri now. For now, know me. I know few people now know me here. My cousin Jeff and the poet. Those are the 2 people I can know. No, there's at times I'll go to Warri. They say, but they get for Christmas also. They say, they get old boys, so Warri old boys. When you go there, when I go to the meeting to see them, a lot of noise. It's always just to shock. Nobody seems to bother how the place look like. And what is a time bomb? Because the children now, when they're born, we don't know where they come from. They don't listen. They don't know who are the real Wafarians. Not they. They're not. You say, okay, take your time, I just respect you. No fear. You can't even say. Recently, I went and I was there in Wado City. I said, who should be this in Wado City? You will just know that they are lost, completely lost. And some of our older people like us are joining them to create this diversity of this Wado City or whatever they are trying to do. You have the floor, sir. Are you hearing me at all?
We can hear you.
We can hear you, just a background noise.
Oh, behind my house, there's some little children that are doing their marriage.
No, you can
compound.
Continue. We can hear you. We can hear you.
And that's why I even left
Go ahead. We can hear your face. We can hear your face. Go ahead.
It's okay. What I'm trying to say is the tax is enormous. It's not a matter of meeting these chiefs or kings or whatever. It's not going to solve our problems. Our problems is going to see how we can start from the grassroots. Because for these developmental issues, we have had opportunities of having people, if we are going to call them Wafarians, because I know Duaga, when he was in PSC, very quiet, I want to call him a Warri boy, but I don't actually know if he grew up in Warri. We had an opportunity. What did he do? Because those are the people, is it the former senator we had there? I don't even see a senator from
what is that his name? A James manager that climbed up to where he is because of the Wafarian something. What did they do? So just like what Jeff said, they're just their pocket. So it's not going to be easy because we have to sit down and look at this topic before we jump. It's going to be an enormous task to actually bring a lot of people, because those in Warri, our mates in Warri, they are not well positioned. Like I said, we went outside and got a lot of things we wanted, but those we left behind that are supposed to carry the banner at home, we are not actually up to date. So then continue the old Warri style we left, and it's not going to work. If Jeff is going to think that from Canada he will do something here, or others are in diaspora, it's not going to work. So we need to really deep down look at the message that we are sent. It's so pathetic that we have only 20 people, because these people are not educated enough to even know what is Zoom. Forget it. They can't know what is Zoom. So we need a physical presence where we are going to have a real town hall meeting in Warri, publishing it for 1 week. Then, when we have that money to hire the hall, then we invite they will come. Then we can sit down and talk. But this Zoom, this thing, how many people know how to operate on Zoom? So, for me, I know it's a very good idea. We should try to keep it up, but we need to get to the grassroots. Me, anytime I'm in Abuja, anytime I get to Warri, I just left about a month ago. We need to really sit down, because it is a pathetic situation that if you go, you will cry. It's not a matter of, in short, the situation is very, very critical. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elder Caesar Egwatu. You are who the Wafarian is. Who is a Warri boy? You are the Warri boys we look up to. We are boys where you are. Alex, your hand is up.
I think you go mute.
Please unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute yourself, Alex. Alex.
Microphone, because of the packet.
I'm in a Zoom class. I'm in a Zoom meeting. I'm in a Zoom meeting. Yes. Alex.
Let us mute Caesar first.
Mute Caesar mic first.
Okay. I muted Caesar.
That noise is coming from Voke.
I muted Voke.
There is a noise coming from one Tony Wager Momere.
No,
he has been muted now. Just muted.
Any other suggestion or questions so that we can wrap up? Please remember to share your contact on the chat box so that we can send you the presentation from where the Jeff Obaho and the Riata Riverbo the poet, as promised.
I think Alex's hand was up now.
But he didn't respond to when I called him to ask his questions.
It looks like he's out. Okay, Alex.
If there are no questions, further questions to ask, it shows that okay, Okorodu has raised his hand up. Please, I have unmuted you. You can ask your questions. Okorodu okay. Yes.
Warri, hello.
No shaking.
Now my first time with this. I want to hail my brother, Riata the poet.
Okay.
I don't know how I take fish me out. I think I they hide. But the cocoa be say, when one person they talk, they try to tell who be Warri boy. I look at that nomenclature. I not fit say I be Warri boy because na Lagos them born me. But at the past Warri, they go school for Bomadi those days. And they always they pride. If I come back to Lagos to Ajegule, nobody fit cross my path because they use Warri, they harass people.
Correct.
They use Warri, they harass people. Then, by God's grace again, work on carry me go Warri. And even that one too, anytime I from Warri come Lagos, Osho did not fit stand me because when they don't hook, when we don't reach jungle, if I speak Warri slang, they check themselves. And that's why I did so happy to say I did in the midst. Somebody can't even mention, say, now Okoro Dudu house, they go, not be my house, so because they talk, say, I meet one Okoro Dudu motors there, but before I know what happened, then buy all the motors, now the bus stop now remain. But having said that, the bottom line is say,
we get them. We gather them.
This group now the group to belong.
I'm telling you.
We need to lift up Warri. One of the now halfway I meet the last presentation. But Warri we like ourselves before. We dey move like a team. We not get tribe. We not get culture. If I see Hausa man for Hausa quarter, if I just say how far, we dey eat together. That's what they do them before. We need to bring back those old styles then. I talk something sometime and people not really hear me. I say Warri 9 be Delta. Warri 9 be Delta. I pity anybody we want at this point can't tell me say Oimbi Asaba. No. Warri 9 be Delta. And now there it starts, now there it end. That's how they say now there life take hand, take touch ground. But the problem we get for Warri 9 be when the states, the people where the politicians where they govern the states, not take look the Warri. Now there we miss them. Now with this group day, make we reach out. Warri has to come back. Warri has to be the Warri. Anyhow we then like him, Warri has to flow. So I pin my hand for this group. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Can I react to that, please?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, you can. What is said now, I want to look. Is it not the AB?
Yes, yes.
Very much. See, when I say that thing, because you see, when we did school that time, when they say delineation, your thesis, whatever. I think when we step out, when we say Warri, you know they cut anybody. If now we carry you go there, you don't stay there, you be Warri person. If you pass, now Warri. It's just for us to know exactly. Like I said, I get on them for Warri. They not take more than 1.5 years. They don't take off. They not go like what you get. So whether you pass through, whether you stay there, because for me, even Saple and Warri are the same thing. We don't live here, go meet them, Oyoyo them, on Ghana side, the Guanje, whatever you call it. You know, after there, Okrigwe Junction, the Banga soup and the Ogo, and we the scatter them. So I didn't mean it in that light. I beg you, That is one. Now that you see,
I'm in a Zoom class, please. I'm moderating a Zoom.
I beg everybody. One person can touch 5. 5 can touch 25. 25 can touch. Make we try. This now shining light where they keep under bed, go work. But now my point not be say I don't believe in quantity because now quality better pass quantity. Gary, you carry overload will draw you back. It's the community of the willing. willing means say if you're causing we go, we go. Like you rightly say, Warri one move, then move. Fight that time with the fight street fight now. If they beat one person, all of us go waka go that street. We'll go fight for that street. Because now, so it's a good thing. I want to welcome you, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just a little clarification. If you school for Warri, you work for Warri, so long as you spend some time with Warri and you align with our belief that Warri needs to take his place of preeminence in the scheme of things in Nigeria, you are a Wafarian. You are a Wafarian. Alex, your hand is still up. Please address us now if you are still in this meeting. But if you are not, then
I did this meeting Kankwe since now.
Seriously, please talk to us. Talk to us. Your hand is up. Talk to us. Talk to us.
Warri, hello.
No shaking.
I have three. I get 3 or 4 interventions to make, but one of them appears to have been addressed by the last person who asked question, and the response by our brother Obao, which is that I was going to ask, because from his, he tried to define who be Warri boy, which he said, now you with them born for Warri, and even if they born you for Warri, maybe your papa carry you come on for Warri, you go abroad, you not be Warri because you not come back, or if your parents migrate, come, that also qualifies you to be Warri, and you are living in Warri. But I think he don't modify that position based on the concern raised by the last person who asked the question. So I may not dwell on that. I was going to say Warri boy. Warri boy, by my own understanding, just like Mr. President just talked, even like 1 year, 2 years, you don't did as long as you don't did there. Like someone talk, he's saying be sapele person. But now Warri boy, they spend a holiday, all those things for Warri. So na proper na Warri boy. I think beyond even like when I talk, everybody agree. Warri not get tribe, you not get religion. And I think I'm saying this because we are going to have a communique so that we will know if we are saying defining a Warri boy, we should properly contextualize it, for the understanding of all, so that there will be no confusion. That's number one. Then secondly, where is Warri? Because I hear, because so that and I ask this again because we are going to have a communique. In terms of the Warri, so that we all of us go to the same page. Where is Warri? Knowing that the Warri we used to have just one Warri local government, but now we have 3 local governments: Warri South, Warri North, Warri Southwest. Knowing that these 3 Warri, with all sense of modesty, 70%, if not 80%, terms of the location, the geographical spread, 70% of the areas are riverine. So it goes beyond Obao, Daudu, Ajamora, Okere, and all of that. So is the Warri we are talking about or envisaging the city, the town, or it includes the riverine, which are substantially more in terms of spread than the city, which is just about 20 to 30%. So where is the Warri we are referring to? Does it contain the entire spread, including the riverine area, which I say again for emphasis, are in the majority? Take, for instance, a massive one-week festival just ended yesterday in Oporoza. The who is who in this country were there. They are there 1 week daily festival, feasting, eating, drinking, different activities in Oporoza. Of course, in Tompolo's hometown. Everybody was there, from federal government representatives, state government, or near FIFA. Everybody was there. It was a beehive of activity. Is that not part of Warri that we are talking of here? So I just want to know, if Warri, this just, Daudu, Obao, Yara, and all of those places, we need to get that clear in terms of defining, so that our audience out there will know exactly that we know what we're doing when we are doing our communique in terms of who is the Warri boy, where is Warri. We must get it very clear. And I listened to my brother Ben, his intervention and suggestion, which is very good, that we should reach out to traditional rulers and all of that. Well, that may just be part of it, but the primary people we should reach out to, if we are going to set up a small group to begin to reach out, should be Warri boys who are in the political class, policy makers, and the business in the business community. These are the people that can directly add value to Warri, the professionals, you understand, the political class, because these are the policy makers. Those in the government, whether executive level, legislative arm, and all of that. Those are the people who are Warri boys. Those are the people a small group should begin to appeal to their conscience. That look, you have to come back. You have to Warri. This is not the Warri we used to know. You have to. You are now in the position. You are a policy maker. You are a member of House of Assembly. You are a member of House of Rep. You are in the Senate. This is what Warri Boys Association, would want you to do. Because traditional rulers, we must know, yes, they appear powerful, but they don't have any constitutional role as of today. There is little they can do. They will still rely on these politicians and business class. So we, as a Warri boy, why don't we, if you want to target a rotten fish, you go to the head, you go straight to the people who have the capacity to make value-adding decisions to push Warri forward. So for me again, finally, and this is just maybe a comment, and it's for Warri boys too, to still reach out to such people. It appears to me, be like say, once all the Warri boys, particularly those who they're born for Warri, we grow up for Warri, once they don't come out for Warri, let's say they're not, they look back again. They're not, they look, and that's part of, apart from the Warri crisis, that's part of what bring us to where we did today. I'm in the industry, I'm in the film industry and media industry. You understand? How many of the poets talk? How many of them today they come, apart from maybe Amaju Pinnick, where they doing Warri Again show annually. Later he can't do one for Lagos and Warri, but maybe for business, for strategy, for business. You understand? How many of our people in the entertainment industry, they come back home, can't do things, and they are big names in Lagos, big names in Abuja, big names in the industry. How many of them they do as a deliberate and conscious effort to say, look, I will do my stuffs in Warri, so this is some of the things the Warri Boys Association, and some of them are even are members of Warri Boys Association. You understand? People like RMD, people like Opa Williams, and the rest of them, they are there. But how many of them? So that's part of a tax too before Warri Boys Association, to appeal to their conscience. That look, you people are already there, you're already a brand on your own. You should begin to think of giving back to Warri and doing things there deliberately. Warri Ahelu.
No shaking. Thank you, brother Alex Eyeho, who is also the public relations officer of Warri Boys Association. Thank you for that suggestion. Jeff, you have your hand up.
I not feel leave now because this now Warri I didn't say Warri right now.
Should I give you the floor or I should lower it?
Yeah, see, Alex, I want to appreciate what you talk. I agree with you, but not be general, not generalize. I'm saying they know they look back. I look back where we're now. I be about picking. I did here. I full ground. And I know say me, I'm at the trouble all the time. At the trouble Matthew, you can attest to that. When you talk about the film industry, I am one of the 6 founders of Directors Guild of Nigeria 27 years ago. 6 of us. Until today, I never knew you were a movie producer or whatever. So sometimes we need to tell each other what we do for a living so we can patronize each other. In case, you see, the reason Warri Boys Association is standing, I tell people there are only 2 things that starts a system: political engagement and economic empowerment. That is the reason we are here. You cannot change a system if you are not part of the people writing the policy. I always say, if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. And that's a big problem. So we here, we need to be politically active, engaged. Now, being politically active and engaged doesn't mean I don't belong to any party, don't get me wrong. But I want to know exactly what is going on in the government and how it affects my people and my interest. My interest right now is Warri, irrespective of tribe. It's Warri, tribe, culture, and not get. If it's good for you, I go celebrate you more than you go celebrate yourself. Because if it's good for you, that is -1 problem for us. But when it's good for you, look back. We have Gordons. We have like RMD. That. See, when people they've arrived, Abdullah said something one time at Tony Street. He said, the day you think you've arrived is the day you die. And that's the fact. But I give you this analogy. A man lost his diamond. It was by one of the hens in his poultry. So you cannot tell which fowl will swallow the diamond. You know what he go do? He go call one, the man come. Now the man say, don't worry, I will get the chicken that swallowed the diamond. Man say, how you go do one? He said, look at all the chickens here. The one that is standing alone is the one that swallowed the diamond.
I've been opening the door, waiting. I'm just doing it.
When they catch that one when he stand alone, they tear belly diamond day. Why am I saying all this? When people think they've arrived, they alienate themselves and stand alone. And a tree standing alone can easily be swept away by a high wind. But when a lot of trees come together and the wind blows, they sway and stand again. Some of them don't see benefit. As far as they are concerned, either we are beggars or we are taking from them, or they are too good to join. I don't beg people to join. Let's just move with benefits. They will align.
But if I not sure at all.
Warri, hello.
No shaking. We have spent 2 hours, 20 minutes since we started this webinar. It was meant to last between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. It's 3:20 now. Unless your hand is up. Okay. You have the floor.
Thank you, Presido. Just a quick one. When I say, of course, my brother Jeff say, he don't say I did the film industry on this now, but this is my 27th year in the industry. I know you when you were doing AD, assistant director for Tio Akatuba, stage plays and all of that. I know you as one of the founders of Directors Guild with Matthias, Madusi Shikwendu, Fidelis Duka, and the rest of them. I am the longest serving Secretary General of Association of Movie Producers under Madusi Shikwendu as president and Paul Obazele much later. So I've been in the industry. What I'm saying is that all that I did in Lagos, but for the past 10, 15 years, I have focused on Lagos, on Warri. They try to bring back the culture of stage plays to Warri by staging international standard plays in Warri every year. It's deliberate. Not that and those stage plays, I do it free of charge entry, deliberately, because we never get the culture. but I get corporate sponsors and friends and family to sponsor it. It's deliberate. But in the same vein, when at the same time, at the stage for Muzon Center for Lagos, but it's at gate fee, different gate fee, and because those people already in Lagosians have the culture of stage play, so they can easily pay for it. That's why most people, I understand, and they interact with some of them, they go tell you, some of our colleagues in the industry, that if you do something for Warri, you go loss, not go gain, which I don't agree with. But that is their thing. They say, well, people, they're not going to come. At that time, they will say they won't go burial. They won't go party. They're not going to come. And that's why I did it free of charge. All the last 5 films I have done, and to God be the glory, I made my money. I deliberately make the locations Warri, deliberately. And so that is me. So as you say, you don't know me, I know you. I just, you know, and it's my duty to know because I did the industry.
Not vex.
Thank
you. I enter corporate. Not vex.
Okay. Ben hand is up, eh?
Yes, Warrior, hello.
No shaking.
Again, I'm very, very delighted by the comments, the presentation, and then the comments. I think we all agree, say, now the action plan, we need to activate the action plan. And I want to suggest that we try to harmonize this. I think I agree with Alex that another group of stakeholders we need to engage by the ESCO of Warri boys, particularly the willing, as Abahal said, will be this political class. We get the political clouds to bring business back to Warri. But in addition to that, the organizing a meeting between the traditional rulers too, if we define Warri as the 3 Warri local governments, bringing them together is also important because they also have a lot of influence on the political class and even our children and the culture. Because while the politicians, they face their business of politics, the traditional rulers, they manage culture. And within the culture, you will see that is how we do this I don't want to use the word intertribal, but the intercultural visits when go bring our people together. Because once our people mix at the grassroots, politicians not going to use them for those divisive activities. So it is important that we now focus on the traditional ruler as one roadmap and on the political class and business people as another roadmap. I want to suggest a 3rd action plan. For these, our 3 brothers went into the arts and culture business. Anytime when they do on activities, and particularly for we bring them back to Warri, let Warri Boys Association also play a lead role in the awareness and participation, so that we go drive audience to those activities, particularly as a unifying factors for all of us, irrespective of where we grow up or how we grow up in that Warri. Warrior, hello.
No shaking. We have spent clearly 2 hours, 25 minutes on this call. I think Ebo Fisek.
I did.
Please help us do the vote of thanks before we close the session.
Okay. Warrior, hello. On behalf of Warri Boys Association,
no shaking.
I want to thank everybody who has been part of today's event. I think this is the first of the series of webinars that Warri Boys Association will be organizing. I want to particularly thank the presenters, the poets, the Ribabo, and Jeff Obaho for the wonderful presentations that they made. And of course, without the audience, it would not have been possible for their presentation to make the kind of impact it has made on us. The resolutions we are taking from this presentation. I'm most grateful to all participants. And as we depart, we pray that God will give us the will and the resources to translate all that we have agreed and suggested into concrete action for the benefit of Warri, and for the benefits of our various businesses that are in Warri, for the benefits of our families and friends and relations that we have in the town we call Warri and its environment. When I talk about Warri today, there's hardly any boundary between Warri and the neighboring communities. So whatever we do in Warri, and as that one speaker said, Warri is the Bender that we know, or the Delta that we know. Whatever we do in Warri and championed by Warri Boys Association is most likely going to have a very positive influence on the whole of Delta states. So for me, this has been a very welcome webinar. And as we all go out today to spend the rest of our weekend out there, we pray for peace, we pray for good health, and of course, unity. Warrior Halo.
No shaking. Please, if you have not sent us your contacts so that we can share the slides with you, the paper with you, please do so as we end this call. Please, please put it in the chat window. I know we have Ben Urogu. I don't think I have his contact or email on the chat box. We also have some other Gabriel too, who joined. Dr. Austin HIFA. I don't have his contact too, so I will not be able to send him the paper. They were in the then Anthony Moson to also join. Please, those who have their details should let me know. Or can reach out to them so that we can reach them with the papers shared. Thank you for your time. Then okay, Honorable Kisley. Okay, I have your details now. I think we're almost done. It's exactly 3:30. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
We look forward to.
Can I ask you a
Daniel?
question?
Okay, Daniel. AK. I just got your details now.
Yeah, can I ask a question before we go?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is supposed to be an association.
Yes.
I only joined today because I got a flyer from the WhatsApp forum. Is here a membership required?
Yes. If we have your details, we can, in the first instance, add you to our WhatsApp platform. But if you're a Warri boy and you believe you subscribe to the idea that Warri, that's for me, Warri is an idea. That Warri deserves more than it is getting now from both the state or national government. If you are as reverse like some of us about the state of Warri, even if you are from Damaturu, but you believe Warri needs to take its place of preeminence, I will work with you as a Warri boy to see that Warri gets that result that we're looking at.
Okay, I think I did provide through the chat my email address for contact. I live here in Houston, Texas, but Warri flows in my blood.
Thank you so much.
That now go up in a Warri. Ask go.
Thank
you so much. Thank you so much.
I don't have to use details. This Toyi Wajamo, I don't have the details. Wejamo Mary, I don't have that contact. Anybody that can help us should help us too, as we formally shut this webinar at exactly 3:31 p.m. Thank you again. Thank you for your time. Look forward to meeting you at our next meeting. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. Thank you very much.
The webinar is ended. Bye. 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 Bye.